the Sunset Shopping Center for tools and equipment for home, farm, and business. Check out Philomath Rental. The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185 and get in the game.
A drip, drip down the drain, or a leak you can't explain.
How much
Whether it's
longer?
Residential or commercial service, Albin's
Okay,
Plumbing
thank
has
you.
been serving the local area with quality products and craftsmanship for over 40 years. At Albin's Plumbing, experience plus knowledge times teamwork equals exceptional customer service.
At Albin's Plumbing,
10 seconds.
plumbing's all we do. Call 754-82. Albin's Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Welcome back into Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Mike Parker, honored to be joined by Ethan Ross for the first time this summer. Ethan, I've been kind of wanting to try to find everybody at least once, and I can't believe it's taken this long to get to you, a returning player from the championship team last year, but here we are. I appreciate you taking the time. A lot of things to talk to you about, but first of all, just the summer overall for you. It feels like it maybe hasn't been all that you might have hoped given some of the issues you've had with your back. So that being said, how have you kind of worked your way through all of that?
I'm still very excited to be here with all the coaches and the teammates. It's a great culture. I still enjoy the grind, even though I've been struggling on the mound with innings because of my back, but it's been getting a lot better, and I'm starting tomorrow, so hopefully it feels great tomorrow.
What exactly, Ethan, have you been able to pinpoint with the trainers, with whatever it is you've gone through? Flared up on you in your past?
It was just I just strained my back from like a little post-conditioning, little workout thing that I did after my first outing here. And our trainers have been awesome, very helpful with helping me stretch and recover, and Coach Uni's been thankfully taking it easy on me with the conditioning, so my back feels great. So yeah, it's been awesome.
And you do feel a difference now. You're getting the ball tomorrow. Is that a sign that you're sort of almost all the way back now, or will tomorrow night kind of tell how you when you get out there and cut it loose?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to cut it loose as long as I can and dominate for as long as I can, help the team win.
Ethan Ross, my guest. Ethan, you had a busy spring, right? I mean, you pitched a lot of innings. What was your overall goal coming in, and how did you feel about the spring you just had?
After my last summer, it was not the spring I wanted. My mechanics kind of went a little bad, and mentally I was not in the right mindset. And once I got back here, Coach Uni and Bo got me back to where I needed to be, so I'm excited to go back this year.
Yeah. What is it that they do? What, if you can pinpoint how they've helped you, Bo, Uni, this culture, this organization? I hear it from everybody I talk to. Could you maybe give me a little perspective from yourself about how they help you?
I think the big thing for me last year was just the huge amount of positivity from Uni and just reassurance, and like they never gave up on me. They always just continued to work. The couple bad outings I had last summer, it was just, what can we work on? Not like pounding on the bad, just it's the next day, let's continue to work.
That is a great quality that they have, that this staff has. Is that something that has been difficult at times to receive? If you kind of want to beat yourself up if you haven't had a great outing, do they do a good job of keeping your spirits up?
Yeah, they definitely do. Yeah, they do a great job of making sure I'm leaving the field with a positive attitude.
Yeah. And from a pure stuff standpoint and pitchability and all the things you've worked on, how, given the physical struggles you've had a little bit this summer, how has that part of it been working in terms of developing your craft?
Coach Bo's definitely helped with. So I've always had my really good curveball, and then I had my similar. So the slider ended up we turned it into a cutter.
About what passes for everybody as analytics, spin rate, and all of those things. Do you get the numbers and then going from there?
Yeah, correct. And my pitching coach at San Jose State, the same thing. Yeah, the numbers, and he thought it was best to try to create that cutter.
Okay. And so far, so good. So will we see that tomorrow night? You're looking forward to kind of cutting that loose?
If it's needed, yeah. It's looking like it's going to be fastball dominant and just try to see if they could hit it. But if it's needed, then yeah, the curveball and cutter and changeup will come into play probably late in the second or third time around in the lineup.
And are you hoping to be extended a little bit tomorrow based on how you're feeling? I mean, do you have a sense of how many pitches you might be able to throw?
They might have. I think they'll have a pitch limit, probably around 60, hopefully 80. But yeah, I'm hoping to go at least 5.
Okay. The final thing then, Ethan, and that is just the whole. We got into some real specifics here, but what about the general experience with the Knights again? You've touched on the positivity, the things you've learned, but what's it like to be part of this organization again with all the guys here you are again with a chance for another championship? What has that all meant to you?
Yeah, it's amazing. Everyone here is bought in, and this is one of the only summer teams in the nation that you enjoy coming to the field every single day. It's not just it's summer ball, who cares? Everyone loves this team, and everyone loves to play for this team, and we want to win, and we have been winning, and it's obviously very fun to win, and we always want to get that ring at the end of the year, so it's very fun.
Ethan, congratulations on working all the things you worked through to get back into the place you're in. Good luck tomorrow night and down the stretch here in the playoffs. Thanks for taking time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Ethan Ross, my guest. We've got the first pitch just around the corner. Game 1 of 3, the Knights and the Bend Elks. Thanks for joining us on a muggy evening in Corvallis, at least by our standards, on 1240 Joe Radio.
For auto glass solutions, better call 7. Call the glass man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the glass man.
For auto glass solution, 2277. Call the glass man.
First Friday at the Natty Dresser. This Friday, a few of his amazing sculptures. Be sure to ask him about how to commission a piece for your home or business. Live music by James F. Wright, refreshments, in-store specials, and Melody Menswear on the corner of 2nd and Broad Albin Street in historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
Built upon a solid tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious, made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
1240 Joe Radio.
Here we go on a pleasant Tuesday. Ryan Gibson's, I start with Ryan Gibson only because I just saw his wife walk into the ballpark. Caden Siegel is the starting pitcher, and he has gotten off to a good start. Evan Scavato swinging at the game's first pitch, a fly ball to right field from the Bend Elks first baseman. Brady Casper of Oregon State, the batter. Caden starts Brady with a strike. The 0-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. We'll give you the lineup as we go. Brady Casper in the 2-hole now, 282. 2 homers and 16 runs batted in. Siegel strike 2 pitch, misses a little low, ball 1. Evan Scavato led off, swung at the game's first pitch and flied out to Logan Johnstone in right field. Now a count of 1-2 to Casper. Caden misses a bit high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brady in the 2-hole in center. Christian Cooney on deck, batting third in right field. Isaiah Burke, the cleanup hitter, and catching. Siegel's 2-2 off speed, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good pitch by Caden Siegel. 2 down in the top of the first inning. and Christian Cooney coming to the plate. Alex Sewell is batting fifth for Joey Wong's Bend Elks in left field. Dane Woodcock batting sixth at third base. Woodcook, pardon me. Batting seventh at second base is Michael Ball. The first pitch to Christian Cooney, a change, swung on and missed, 0-1 the count. Decker Stedman batting eighth, the DH. Jabin Trosky hitting ninth at short, and Nate Freeman on the mound. Siegel's strike one pitch plunks Christian Cooney. And down to first base goes Christian, getting hit by the 0-1 offering from Caden Siegel, who has had a magnificent summer starting the night, having worked 33 and a third, allowed just 26 hits, 13 walks, 28 strikeouts, a record of 3-1, and an earned run average of 2.16. Now, the home plate umpire apparently did not award first base to Christian Cooney. And Joey Wong comes down to have a word about that. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Cooney did an excellent job of selling yours truly and everyone else, save the home plate umpire, that he had been hit by a pitch. Siegel still has a chance for the clean slate. Caden delivers a strike and the count 1-2. For Caden Siegel, the 1-2 pitch hit foul to the right. His battery mate is Ryan Stafford around the infield. Kiko Romero at first. Mason Lee at second. Spencer Scott at short. Timo Becerra at third. Briley Knight in left. Jonah Advincula in center. Logan Johnstone in right. Siegel delivers and the breaking ball misses down and away. 2-2 to Isaiah Burke. 2 down, nobody on in the top of the first inning. Burke at 269 with a homer and 11 runs batted in and takes strike 3 called. Solid start for Caden Siegel as he strikes out Christian Cooney. Burke will lead off next inning. I jumped ahead of my scorecard and had written hit by pitch in, so that's bad on me. Cooney strikes out looking after Casper had struck out swinging, and Evan Scavato opened the game by flying to right. Christian Cooney striking out, starting the night, having an excellent summer, 327, a homer, 13 RBIs, but he is caught looking, and we are through a half an inning. It's been nothing. The night's coming up on 1240 Joe Radio.
Downward Dog across the Ocean campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny patio. Burgers like the Hangover Helper or Double Trouble. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails and thirst-quenching local microbrews. Just stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across from the OSU campus.
This is Mike Parker for Even Flow Plumbing, your trusted award-winning plumber for the Mid-Valley. Even Flow specializes in complete plumbing and drain cleaning solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat rate pricing means no surprises at the end of the job. Even Flow takes pride in doing the job right the first time. Just call 541-738-8853 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow. Even Flow Plumbing.
It's time for the pitchers to throw strikes and for the batters to deliver those clutch hits. It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid and CPR. It's an opportunity to practice your skills so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time for you, contact CPR Works at 541-760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go Knights.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the first inning, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Corvallis Knights after the Bend Elks were retired in order. For the Knights, winners of 14 straight, leading off and playing right field, Logan Johnstone. Batting second at second base, Mason Lee. Kiko Romero hitting third at first base. Briley Knight, the cleanup hitter in left. Ryan Stafford batting fifth and catching. Hitting sixth, the DH Tanner Smith. Logan Johnstone, who has been on a tear, takes inside from Nate Freeman. Ball 1. Logan 12 for his last 26, 5 consecutive multi-hit games prior to going 0 for 2 in Walla Walla on Sunday. And he's at it again, a ground ball back up the middle into center field, base hit, 13 for his last 27. And that'll bring to the plate Mason Lee. I mentioned Ryan's wife, Allie, is in the ballpark tonight. Allie Gibson with Ryan and Allie's daughter, Elliot. I don't see Ryan in the ballpark, but great to have Allie here. And a strong Oregon State connection all the way around in this ball game with Mason Lee coming to the plate. The first pitch to Mason is in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. No score, bottom of the first. Brooke Knight, former Beaver, coaching down at third. Ed Nags coaching at first base. A leadoff single, Logan Johnstone, and a threat to run, to be sure. Nate Freeman out of the stretch. The right-hander back to the plate and hits the outside corner. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. Johnstone at .333 at the start of the night. 6 for 7 in stolen bases. The Knights have swiped 121 bags on the summer. No balls and 2 strikes. The count to Mason Lee. Johnstone at first, nobody out. The strike 2 pitch taken a little low and inside. And the count 1-2 to Mason Lee. Mason is starting the night at .260 with a homer. 22 runs batted in. No score, bottom of the first inning. 1. Freeman from the stretch delivers, and the breaking ball is up and in. Nate Freeman, 5'10", 195 from Benicia, California, attends UC Davis. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. But that Oregon State connection runs deep in this series. A throw to first base and Logan Johnstone back. Joey Wong, the head coach for the Bend Elks, a national champion here with the Beavers. Aaron Matthews, who was here last night. Aaron on the staff. Tyler Graham, also on the staff as one of the hitting coaches for these Bend Elks. Tyler's gotten a new gig. We're really proud of him. The 2-2 pitch is in the turf. Isaiah Burke looks around and is able to keep Logan Johnstone at first base. The count, though, goes 3-2 to Mason Lee, and I would fully expect Logan Johnstone to be running here. Kiko Romero on deck. No score. Bottom of the first inning. Nate Freeman, with the runner going, delivers a ground ball to the hole at short. Backhanded by Trotsky. The long throw is not in time. Mason Lee beats it out. Jabin Trotsky, part of that Oregon State connection as well. Did a good job to get to the ball. Still working on strengthening that right arm of his. He's a good defender. But that was a tough chance for any shortstop, and he made it close. But it is a base hit. Now Kiko Romero, the batter, 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the first as the Knights have won 14 straight. Trying to get the jump in this one as well. Nate Freeman comes to the plate. Kiko shows bunt and does bunt. Bunts it foul in front of his own dugout. No balls and a strike, and that's part of the Knights' way. Kiko at .261, 5 homers, 29 runs batted in, sharing the team lead in that category with Eli Kennel. Even so, in the 3-hole, he was bunting to try to move the runners. 2 on, nobody out. The strike 1 pitch, not bunting, a big swing and a miss by Kiko, and he's down in the count 0-2. Tyler Graham, part of this Bend Elks staff with Aaron Matthews and head coach Joey Wong. Tyler just learned in the last couple of days that he will be an assistant coach at the University of Michigan. So he's leaving the Pacific Northwest to go get a job at a great program in all sports and well-positioned going forward in the Big Ten Conference. So congratulations to Tyler Graham, who's had a huge impact on players with Bend, on players at Oregon State, in his own career as a player, and he'll contribute much now to the Wolverine baseball program. Kiko takes the 0-2 pitch in the turf. Nate Freeman comes back, and the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, 1 away. And here comes another hot hitter, Briley Knight. Logan Johnstone, 13 for his last 27. Briley Knight hitting over 400 over his last 14 ball games. All Knights wins, 14 straight. Briley's been right in the middle of it, trying to get the Knights the early lead. Swings at the first pitch from Nate Freeman and fouls it at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Freeman from Benicia High School in Benicia, California, lists Mike Trout as his favorite player, and like so many Trout fans, so disappointed not to get to see more of him in uniform. A number of injuries the last couple of years, and a really mysterious one this year. Briley Knight, a looper to shallow center field. It'll land in front of Brady Casper and behind Jabin Trosky for a base hit. Briley Knight lofting one into no man's land in shallow center, gets the base hit. Logan Johnstone stops at third. Mason Lee into second. And Ryan Stafford to the plate on this warm, pleasant Tuesday evening at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, and another very nice crowd making its way into the ballpark. Slight breezes blowing out to left center. Partly cloudy, but mostly sunny, bright. Smattering of clouds overhead tonight, but a beautiful evening for baseball. Heading down the stretch, in fact, this is the stretch run in the regular season this week. Ryan Stafford takes a strike, 0-1 the count. Bases loaded, 1 out, no score. The Elks infield at double play depth. Nate Freeman works from the stretch, delivers, swung on and fouled at the plate by Stafford, who's behind the count, 0-2. Nate Freeman is making his 10th appearance and third start, 20 in the third innings, 21 hits, just 4 walks, 17 strikeouts, a record of 2-1, and earned run average of 4.86. He's ahead of Stafford, 0-2 with the sacks full, delivers, swung on and fouled at the plate. Ryan getting just a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive. Tanner Smith on deck. Nate Freeman reading his battery mate Isaiah Burke. Logan Johnstone at third, Mason Lee at second, Briley Knight at first. 3 singles in the inning. Now Ryan Stafford trying to get somebody home. He swings and hits one sharply at second baseman Michael Ball. Feeds Trosky for 1. The throw to first is not in time. Ryan Stafford can run a bit, and he averts the double play by hustling down the line and getting the RBI on the fielder's choice 4-6. Logan Johnstone in to score. The Knights lead it 1-0. Mason Lee advances to third base, and Tanner Smith, the batter. First and third and 2 down. Good runners on the bags. And we'll see if Brooke Knight might put a play on with a first and third double steal scenario. The first pitch to Tanner misses high and inside, ball 1. Tanner at $1.76, a couple of homers, 7 runs batted in. 1-0 Knights, bottom of the first inning. Out of the stretch works Freeman, comes to Tanner, and delivers a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. $6:35 tomorrow night and Thursday. Little trip up the road to Ridgefield Friday. Back here Saturday for the final game of the regular season at home, with a big fireworks extravaganza following the game. The pitch missing high, and the count 2-1 to Tanner Smith. A run in, runners at the corners, 2 down. From the stretch, Freeman delivers on the inside corner for a strike to even the count at 2-2. And then we wrap the regular season Sunday afternoon in Ridgefield at 1:05, with the playoffs to begin on Tuesday, 1 week from tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out. Freeman delivers a bit high and away. Ball 3, 3-2. 1-0 Knights in the bottom of the first inning. Ryan Stafford will take off on the pitch. He does. The 3-2 pitch is tapped foul. And it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Knights will be on the road somewhere next Tuesday, and all of that will be determined in this final week of the regular season. The Knights will be the 1 seed in the first round, playing on the road a week from tonight. The 3-2 pitch waved at and missed, strike 3. Tanner Smith goes down. The inning is over. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the second inning at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. The Knights 1 and the Elks nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
1240 Joe Radio.
The first pitch at the top of the second inning, delivered by Caden Siegel, produces a major league pop fly in the air up along third. Timo Becerra waits and makes the catch. Isaiah Burke swinging at the first pitch, as did Evan Scavato to open the game. Burke flies out to Knights third baseman Timo Becerra, and that brings Alex Soul to the plate. First ball swinging, hits one over the McGrath family press box and into the main entry area to the ballpark. No balls and 1 strike, 1-0 Knights, top of the second inning. The strike one pitch from Caden, fastball up and in. Speaking of major league, in a major league pop fly, which we just saw, the Major League Baseball trade deadline today, hitting and a lot of activity, and included one of our own. Pitches in there for a strike, and the count 1-2, and I refer to Matthew Boyd, one of the great souls ever to come through Oregon State University, coming back home, and I hope ready to pitch again this summer. He's coming home to Seattle, his hometown team, traded by the San Francisco Giants today to the Seattle Mariners. The pitch to Soul fouled into Urchin Alley. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matthew, who indeed is one of the great young men ever to come through here. Siegel's breaking ball misses down with an injury, torn flexor tendon since last September. Siegel's 2-2 pitch misses just low to Soul. Ball 3 and a guy. Probably no longer a frontline starter, but could be of huge help to the Mariners coming out of the bullpen. And I just think once he's in back that playoff push. 1-0 Knights here, who are back in the playoffs for a 15th consecutive year. Siegel's 3-2 pitch produces a ground ball to Spencer Scott. Spencer takes it off the rug and throws to Kiko Remain. Woodcook will be the batter. Woodcook out of Tacoma Community College, and from down the road, didn't get the full research done quite yet. Hung on and missed, 0-1 the count. Siegel comes back. Kate then raises the right arm. The strike 2 pitch, 2 outs, nobody on. Dane Woodcook at the plate for the Bend Elks. Siegel delivers, fastball. Caden Siegel, all of a piece with what he's been doing here in the summer of 2022. The Elks go in order after 1.5. The Knights 1 and Bend nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Ohio State's in the Big Ten, Alabama, the SEC, Oregon State, the Pac-12, and Independent Auto Works, they're in a league of their own. When it comes to Volkswagen repairs, service, and parts, Independent Auto Works has been hitting a home run for over 50 years, and they work on other makes and models too. They're on 13th Street near the OSU campus in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works, the guys you can trust.
Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of new world creativity like pad Thai, a curry, fried Corvallis on 9th Street behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy.
Do you ever experience headaches? Or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
1-0 Knights. Right-hander Nate Freeman ready to go to Timo. Amazes it. A basket catch by Christian Cooney. You don't see that very often, and I'm not... Timo Becerra pops out on the first pitch to shallow right field here in the bottom of the second. Crowd. The fan base, the core for Knights baseball from summer to summer never ceases to amaze me, and it grows with each year. Yes, there are some nice promotion cider products. The strike one pitch missing to Spencer Scott in the count 1-1, but when the gates open and the Knights are playing, you see a good crowd virtually every night. It's a perfect night for baseball. In fact, throughout the ceremonial first pitch tonight, one of them here with Two-Town Cider House. The 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Good fastball straight. The Knights did touch him for a run last inning. Jonah Advincula in an unusual spot in the batting order for him. Jonah, normally the Knights' leadoff hitter in the 9-hole tonight, the Knights' leading hitter at 341. 0-1 the count. Yes, Paul? Willamette High School. Thank you. I was going to do some research on that, and Paul, and one strike the count. So Dane Woodcook going to Tacoma Community College and doing so out of Willamette. Freeman to the plate, and it's sliced into left field for a base hit by Jonah Advincula. The ball played by Alex Soul. An aggressive turn by the lightning quick Jonah Advincula. He takes it, put your leading hitter in the 9 spot, and that's what Brooke Knight did tonight. And we'll see now if the hottest hitter on the team, Logan Johnstone, can make stratagem pay. Logan singled up the middle last inning and scored the Knights' run. He swings and lofts one with Advincula going down the left field line for a base hit. Why Advincula stopped, I don't know. He could have kept running with 2 outs. He stopped, and now is held. Was going on the pitch and must have lost watching Jonah race around and maybe challenge Soul and try to score. But he hesitated, did Jonah, at second for 2 for 2. He is playing his own game of 500 now over his last 5 games plus. And Mason Lee, with runners at the corners and 2 down, steps in, and he punches one into shallow right field. Cooney coming in a hurry, dives and can't get it. Advincula scores. On his way to third base and getting in safely is Logan Johnstone, and Mason Lee with an RBI single. He's 2. The Knights with 3 hits last inning and have 3 consecutive hits with 2 outs here in the second. Kiko Romero, the batter, with runners at the corners and 2 down. But laid out, not able to make the catch, and so the Knights with a 2-out rally have another run on the board, and Keek up with the glove and makes the catch to retire the side. But the Knights string together 3 straight hits after 2 were out. They leave 2, and after 2, the Knights 2, and Ben nothing on 1240.
Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails. There's off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
We set them up, you knock them down. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Melon Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, People in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis floor countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren, downtown.
1240 Joe Radio.
Michael Ball, first ball swinging, a fly ball to straightaway center. Jonah Advincula is right there. That approach the next time around. But Caden Siegel, filling up the zone, produces an out on the first pitch of the third. And Decker Stedman in high school began his career at the University of Oregon. All-state football player both ways inside. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. 2-0 Knights, top of the third. Ethan Ross will get the start tomorrow. Ethan, our pregame show guest, really enjoyed the conversation with the young man who has labored through some back problems. Ethan even pitched a ball game with a back brace on around his, since, as he said, a workout here after his first outing. So tomorrow night represents a good opportunity, as he put it, to cut it loose and try to end what has been a somewhat problematic summer. One inside, ball 4. Caden Siegel issuing a 1-out summer for Jabin. He has scuffled, and that's putting it mild. Pitch hitter from Carmel, California, hitting 127. Was Caden back to the plate, and Jabin pops it up into shallow right center field. A long run for Logan John for a guy hitting 127. As man, I love the kid. He helped the Beavers immensely to get a break of sorts. He hit the ball, but Scavato, the batter, and it says here that Jabin Trotsky takes a breaking ball from Caden here. 0-1 the count. At first, the strike 1 pitch on the outside corner again. Strike 2 to who is at 127. Hasn't occurred, but he still plays the game with energy and a smile on his. Throwing to Romero to complete, and around the horn, 5-4-3 double play on Scavato. Gets a fortunate hit, and then Caden Siegel does throw. The Elks nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
If you're fed, marble is an affordable way to get the look of marble, and the best part is no grout lines, affordable and easy to maintain.
Plumbing's all we do. For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man.
Car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass Man.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or RobertManagement.com, or call 541-5. That's 753-4185, and get in the game.
Breaking ball down and in, no swing on a hill. 1 ball, good job by Nate Freeman, thus to minimize damage, just a run in each of the first 2 frames. The 1-1 third. Nate Freeman rocks back, kicks, and comes to the plate. Brian Wednesday tomorrow, based in Walla Walla, as Knocking Point wines will be at half price. Briley not able to see the ball in the sun. Not only does it drop in front of him, it took kind of a left turn and went beyond him. Right life right now. He is 2 for 2, and he hasn't hit the ball well. He knows the time will come, and rather more often, when he's going to hit line drives at P. Stafford. A swinging bunt that will send Briley Knight to third. Isaiah Burke, Ryan's counterpart, pops out from the catcher. 1 away for Tanner Smith, who struck out in his first at-bat. 2-0 Knights. A block 15 Thursday. And the Knights wrap up the regular season. That will be the final home game of the regular. Big swing and a miss by Tanner on the off-speed. Nate Freeman. 2-1 the count. Timo Becerra next. Fastball high. Ball 3. 3-1. Last 2 exhibition games against Northwest are 3-2. Recognize the import. Goes Brady Casper, still going back. Backhands it on the warning track. Left center field. The sac fly puts the Knights up 3-0. The batter. Nice execution of the game by the Knights. And Tanner Smith getting Briley home with the sac fly. Breaking ball in there for a strike to third. And throws across to first to retire the side. But The Knights have a run and enter 3. The Knights 3 and the Bend Elks.
I'm reading a book when I heard a terrible sound. When no tree anyway. I know the guys at Philomath Rental, they'll show me what to do. And since
Park Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business. Check out
Local sculptor Raymond Hunter will be here with a few of his amazing sculptures. Be sure to ask Heidi this Friday at the Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear on the corner of 2nd and Broad Albin Street.
Series is a do-it-all tractor, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated A to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
1240 Joe Radio.
Through did take a different approach here in the fourth. He took the first pitch from 8, and he swings and misses at the 1-2 pitch. Now Siegel to Brady, one away in the top of the fourth. The Knights leading 3-0. Christian Cooney, guy that certainly bears watching for Oars, but those numbers expected to take a big jump next. Christian Cooney, and the second one may. Ryan Stafford didn't squeeze it cleanly and back to the plate and misses inside. Caden Rock delivers, hit into the air in the right side. Mason Lee, the Knights. Isaiah is on his way to Mount Hood Community College of late, but went to Thurston All-State as a catcher. Is a fly ball here to right field. Mason Lee going way. A 1-2-3 frame, and after 3.5, the Knights 3. And
is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there important to you? We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy. Back today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Taste the incredible flavors, fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired. Invest in Dave's hybriding testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the fourth inning, I just heard over the PA system from National Balk. Co-written with Daniel Levitt, baseball's thin line between innovation and cheating in his books. But Tyler Kepner of the New York Thorn Armor, intentional balk. As we go to Spencer Scott swing at the first pitch and pull it back from Nate missing. The Knights with a run and each out swinging in the second. On deck, Logan Johnstone to follow. As down as he has, the pitch on the way is hit foul into Urchin Alley off a sandwich board. That thing got into Urchin Alley in a hurry. Pitch to Scott is stroked into left center field. Base hit. I know that Paul Blackburn base running goes Spencer Scott. And that'll bring Jonah. The Knights now with 8 hits and trying to add. And Jonah has the Knights have been executing the game one-time damage. The pitch on the way, missing inside to Jonah, he does show and take high, ball to Spencer Scott. Leading running on Spencer's part, who gets his lead. The Corvallis Knights dugout. 2 balls and 1 strike. It'll be close to, I think, to 2 again here tonight. 2-1 pitch on the way is a wild pitch. The ball getting away. Uncorked by Nate Freeman, sending Spencer Scott to pick up another run. They've scored in each frame. And Joey Wong second, Jabin Trosky at short, Dane Woodcook. 3-1 pitch to Jonah, misses, low and inside. Logan Johnstone, 2 for 2 tonight, and now 14 asking for time and heading out to the mound for a conversation. And Bend Elks in the first series. Bend won the series, but they won the first half by winning the winner-take-all game against Ridgefield before and home field advantage in the first. Bellingham had taken 2 of 3 here. There goes at Vinky, strike to Johnstone, 0-1 the count. But the Knights, they've won 6 straight. The pitch on the heels, Advincula scores, and at a second base with a bloop first 3 innings, they now lead it 5-0 individually. Logan Johnstone is now 15 for his last 20. 5-0 Knights in the fourth, and consecutive series since then, and 4 consecutive sweeps. Isaiah Burke, and down to third base goes Logan Johnstone. The raffle going on here tonight, and the sister city for there, please, sir. Thank you. Thanks for what you're doing. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count with Logan Johnstone at third. The 1-2 fastball. Freeman delivers. Prior was 2 for 2. Now Kiko Romero, the batter. Kiko is looking for his 26 and 22 overall. 9 and 12 in second half play with 14 wins, and starting the night 1-1. The Knights leading 5 of the fourth inning is relevant to the ultimate playoff positioning. Back on the magic number here in a moment, but they're closing in on sewing ball and 2 strikes, and that would be in the South Division Series, which they already have home field for the 1-game championship South and the North. Kiko Romero swings a line drive to Limestone. Kiko Romero's 30th RBI of the summer on the sacrifice fly. They're getting people on, they're getting them over, they're getting them in ball 1-0. A run in the first, a run in the week, and into the playoffs, and Briley Knight swings, and it's a line drive into right field for a base hit. 45. Ryan Stafford to the warm, beautiful evening. Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. It almost coming to the ballpark night in and night out, and a lot of very familiar faces. Need to go to a Knights game before the summer's over type thing, and the summer's getting close. Stafford swings, and it's a fly ball into left center field. It drops. And into third base goes Briley Knight. Runners at second and third. The opportunities to get out and see the Knights, which are good numbers tonight. We hope to see more of you tomorrow and Thursday, and then again for the fireworks show. The first had a deep sacrifice plate and delivers strike 2. There is a left-hander throwing for Coach Sales, and would probably constitute the knockout blow for Nick. Scored 3 in the end. Pitch to Tanner is outside. Ball 2. Throw back of Nate Freeman. Strikes 2 on and 2 out. Breaking ball in next. Out of the stretch. The 3-2 pitch to Tanner. A fly ball to right field. Playable. Christian Cooney drifts back under it to make the catch. Great start to that end. They score 3 more in the inning. At the end of 4, the Knights 6 and Bend nothing. On 12:40.
They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of in Lynn County. You qualify for use them. Call 541-967-3882 and let Lynn County's veterans take advantage of benefits they earned.
I want everyone to know that at Albin's Plumbing, we're boring. Directional boring, to be exact. Boring. Just give us a call.
Albin's Plumbing. Albin's Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Timo Becerra, and Timo throws the 5th inning. The Knights leading 6-0. Caden Siegel has pulled and misses outside, ball 1. Caden turns his back on home plate. One of his nuances when he home plate, stare out towards center field, heave a deep sigh, get calling, and Briley makes the catch. 2 away. Caden about at some point. There's always something Dan imparted to everything and regroup, and boy, Caden Siegel, after falling behind 2-0, did that and came back and strike. The 0-1 pitch hit at first. Aaron was visiting with his mom and dad over in John, ball player here. Alongside of Jacoby in the 2004 season. The strike 2 pitch, a ground ball to 3, smooth inning for right-hander Caden Siegel. Joe Radio.
Do you ever experience headaches? Or how about back pain and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version? Experience how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improving Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
Downward Dog across the OSU campus is serving. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty. Enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches, ordering handcrafted cocktails, and thirst-quenching local microwaves from the OSU campus. Ohio State for the Big Ten. Alabama, the SEC Air Service and Parts. Independent Auto Works is near the OSU campus in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works, the guys you can trust.
Bottom of the fifth inning, the Knights with a 6 will take over chores. A left-hander. And he will face. Allie Gibson just came up to say hello between. Parker is bat boying tonight for the Bend Elks. I hadn't noticed that, but I will be watching for young Parker Gibson. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Fastball in there for helpful in all things. Paul Blackburn to work. Paul, I don't know if you're listening to me or the Mariners, right? Again, Paul, are you listening to me? He's got a little, my favorite Martian-type antenna radio on. He's listening. Pitch on the way. Timo slaps it foul. And the count remains 1-2 in the ballpark, just based on having a Joe ball from Beaverton and a Michael ball. 2 breaking ball just misses. Kelsey, if you're listening over in Bend tonight, 2 strikes to Timo Becerra. A detail that I have not gleaned. Timo Becerra strikes out. Timo 0 for 3 on the night. Joe ball. Six for a strike. Michael Ball has played 1 ball and 1 strike. From the stretch, Joe to the spring, and now on his way to Nevada. Good for him. Just outside, a little girl coming up the took a little bit of as much as painful, but she is drawing some attention now. Took a little bit of tumble on the night. Joe Ball works out of the right fielder. Christian Cooney will be the hitter. Jonah this summer got off to a great start, and like 1. 2 down, nobody on. As he did in the second, hoping to turn the lineup over. He did so with a base 4th. He takes low, ball 2, 2-1. The fastball misses a bit high and inside. I found the Lewis Clark website. Has one brother, Michael. The third baseman, Dane Woodcook. Dane Woodcook brings it in. And the Ball brother. The Knights fail to score. They go in order, in fact, and we go.
Call 541.
First Friday at the Natty Dresser this Friday. Music by James F. Wright. Refreshments, in-store specials, and dress well, be confident, find success.
You've earned them. Use them. Call 541-926-3882 and take advantage of 82. And thank you. County Veteran Services.
From Caden Siegel for a strike. Caden missing with the 0-1 offering. Swung on and missed. And Caden evens the count at 2-2 to follow. The 2-2 pitch on the corner. Exit stage right, a muttering. 1 away. And in a moment, the pitch to Trotsky lifted foul to the left and out of Carm. Strike 2. Aspires to be a coach. Luckin baseman picks it up and throws to first. Caden Siegel, 9 in a row. 2 down, nobody on. Evan Scavato has flied to right. 6-0 Knight, 35 back here at Goss Stadium of Coleman Field. The pitch to Scavato swung on in the University of Portland. Siegel just misses in the count. Caden peering in to Ryan Stafford. Delivers a 1-1 pitch. Punch foul. Signing copies of his book. Knocked down by Caden. Stays with it and throws to first. And the inning is the line drive. He meant to roll along. That's 10 in a row. Retired in a 1-hit shutout through 6 for Caden here in Corvallis and his intentional balk. Baseball's thin line between innovation and cheating. The new pitcher in. A 2-minute pitching change break. Brought to you.
For auto glass solutions, better call the glass man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? For advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the glass man.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find all the tools she needed, and they showed her how to use the equipment. The patio looks great.
For home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? To you, we'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help? Championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your 5 and get in the game.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the sixth inning, the Knights leading the Bend. We have Paul now back fully with us here in a moment to get locked in on the rest of this Knights ball. Nothing, a new pitcher in facing Logan Johnstone, and falling behind to Logan, who the 3-0 pitch from Cam Stevens missing. Stevens making his league games that are not factored in to the pitching stats that so we'll have to do a little research on Cam and try to figure out from whence he hails. Brothers and Nate Freeman, who started. Stevens' first pitch to Mason. There goes Johnstone, a hit and run, swung on and missed. The throw to second. It is a stolen base for Logan Johnstone, and another contribution by Outreach Inc. One step closer to home. That outstanding initiative. Throw from Jabin Trotsky, not in time. Nice try by Jabin, but Mason single from Mason. Logan Johnstone stays at second. The Knights have 12 hits. Kiko Romero still looking for his first hit. Comes to with the Knights leading 6-0. Looking for their 15th straight. Sponsored by All Pro Property Services, your locally owned option for property. Bases covered at All Pro Property Services. You can find them on Facebook. 2-0 to Kiko with 2 on and nobody out. Fastball high, ball 3. More time this summer are coming to town for Beaver football in the fall. So pitch to Kiko, misses for ball 4. And it is thus far a rocky debut for Case Western. Is close to Goss Stadium. They have the largest hotel rooms in the city. Out to the mound for a his right-hander Cam Stevens before Briley Knight steps in. And we encourage you to get down there. The book, I can tell. I've not had a chance to read it. Mark was kind of truly a little bit later. Really looks like a fascinating study. I know it'll be up my alley. The pitch to Briley Knight, a strike, and the count 0-1 from the Knights leading comfortably, but really trying to bust it open here. In the 1949 film, writes Mark, it happens every. The 1-1 pitch misses low and inside. Intentional balk about how baseball and cheating have gone. Nobody out. The 2-1 pitch taken just outside by Briley, ball 3-1. Lord Perry became a Hall of Fame pitcher when he discovered in '66 and won the Cy Young Award in each league. The 3-1 pitch to Briley Knight, a ground ball foul outside of first and down the line. Long-time minor league pitching coach. I saw Dan Warthen in Portland. Talked to him about Fernando late in Fernando's career when Fernando had a bit of a resurgence with the Baltimore Orioles. Taught him the spitter, and ever since he learned that, he's been pitching well again. 3 balls to right field. He's 4 for 4. It falls in for a base hit. Coming down the line to score is Logan. And Briley Knight, 4 for 4. Stafford the batter. 7 runs and 13 hits for the Corvallis Knights. Sacks 1. So if you're here and listening, or if you're listening somewhere, look it up, order it. Intentional balk. You'll be supporting Board of Directors for the Baseball Biography Project and Baseball Cards Committee. Stafford swings. It's a fly ball to center. This will be deep and up to off the bat of Ryan Stafford. Puts the Knights up 8-0. Just out of the inning. And Tanner Smith, the batter. And the topic's taken up. And visit a little bit with Mark and probably just use the pitch to Tanner Smith. Breaking ball stays up and in from Cam Stevens. But here are the titles of the chapters. Deception. Binoculars and telescopes. Penny nails and cork. Rakes and hoses. Roster shenanigans. Greenies. Juice. And chapter 10. Tanner Smith swings and hits one foul. Waldo away. One go, Romero goes. A late break by Briley Knight. The throw to second is not in time. Kiko breaking to the plate and will score from third. Running aggressively, alertly, intelligently scores, and the Knights lead it 9-0. Their best baseball at the right time, as they've done so often. 8 championships in the Knights' storied history in this league, including the last 5. Grazes Tanner. Tanner hit by the pitch. Briley Knight had gone down to third. He left with the Knights leading 9-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Another left-hander is up in the Bend Elks bullpen of it here in the 6th in his Bend Elks debut. 3 out of the stretch, comes to the plate and misses high. Ball 1, 1-0. The Elks still very much allowed. Bend is a number of teams that in contention for that 4th spot. Ground ball back of third. Woodcook steps on third for 1. And he races to third as the ball glances into foul territory. Tanner Smith to third, I should say, and Timo Becerra advancing on the fielder's choice and the throwing error into second base. And with 2 down, Spencer Scott, the batter. Spencer has struck out. The format has been tweaked for 2022. So 1 week from tonight, the Knights will be somewhere on the road. The pitch to Spencer Scott knocks Spencer down. It drills him and was thrown so hard onto first base with the bases loaded. Before he leaves, he kind of stared out at Cam Stevens. Joey Wong is saying something to someone. I'm not sure if that was his parting shot. I doubt it. Spencer doesn't say anything else to Cam Stevens. Gets down to first base. We have a pitching change break coming. And a left-hander coming out of the bullpen for Joey Wong's Bend Elks. The Knights lead. Joey will match up with a left-hander against him. A pitching change here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. 9-0 Knights in the 6th. Back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
We set 'em up, young and old, clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Mow Tractor does it all. Easy to switch attachments, a smooth hydrostatic transmission. The BX series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
Taste the incredible flavors of Indian recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
Are you a veteran living in Lynn County? You qualify for benefits that you earned. Home loans, disability compensation, health care, transportation, and more. You've earned them. Use them. Call 541-967-3882.
Okay, thank you.
967-3882. Lynn County Veterans Services can help them take advantage of benefits they earned. Lynn County Veterans Services, serving our local veterans.
1240 Joe Radio.
In Kenji's first pitch, missing to Jonah Advincula, ball 1. Advincula, the 9th man to come to the plate in the inning. With the bases loaded and 2 down, the Knights leading 9-0. Rough debut for Cam Stevens. Kenji Price back to the plate and misses away. Ball game as they come down the stretch playing their best baseball of the summer. Kenji out of Seattle University, Newport High School. The pitch on the way misses away tonight. The Mariners hanging on, getting a 103-mile-per-hour fastball and a 93-mile-per-hour slider in the bottom of the 9th. Yeah, just nothing like the 93-mile-per-hour slider. We're in 3-1 the count. The Knights in command, 9-0. The bases loaded and 2 down. Kenji, the Jonah, is high for ball 4. And the Knights continue their dominance. Coming down. And the Knights with 4 more runs in the inning. And Logan Johnstone will come to the plate with the Knights having up the lead to 10-0. Logan opened the inning by drawing a walk. The red-hot hitter 3 for 3 tonight. 15 for his last 29. Takes a strike. It's in the bottom of the 6th, though, unless disaster strikes. And I did see that back in the spring in Scottsdale, so I know it can happen. The strike one pitch is high and the count 1-1. But barring that again, the Knights are going to make it 15 straight as they play their best baseball down. 4 runs in the inning. Kenji Price comes set. The 1-1 pitch taken low and away. Ball 2, 2-1. We will be visiting with Mark Armour here shortly, and I've been talking about his book tonight. I hope I'm not taking you away from selling it. It sounds like a fascinating book. I've read snippets. Haven't had a chance to dive in deep yet. The 2-1 pitch to Johnstone, a fly ball to left, playable for Alex Soule. Alex backs up to make the catch. The inning is finally over, but the Knights get 4 more in the about a pitching change coming. We'll take a 90-second break to allow us a little more time to visit with Mark when we return. Our thanks to Jay and Susan, the Cashmores from Layton, Utah, to spend some time with their grandson, and it's great to meet them. Jay and Susan on their way out of the ballpark. Thanks to them for dropping by. Thanks to all of you for listening. Don't go away. We've got more baseball and a conversation with local author Mark Armour on a fascinating book entitled Intense Debut when we return. After 6, the Knights 10 and Ben nothing on 1240.
Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl,
now,
linoleum,
can you hear me in your ears? Okay.
I can.
Garrett, can you say hello to Mark here?
Hello, Mark. How are you? Built upon a solid
Hello, Garrett. Okay, he's back in the studios in Albany. I think you've been a guest on the show.
Yes, I think I've met you with Brooks maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
You know, it was just maybe it was.
Is this your hometown?
I've lived here for 26 years.
Hang on a second.
So yeah,
hang on just a second.
For you and your family.
Say again.
I grew up back east. I've lived here for 26 years.
Okay. And what do you have you been in a profession here?
Yes, so I largely spent most of that time working at the EPA over here on 35th Street. I have written before, even while I was working as well, but Dan and I started this book a couple years ago.
Where does he live?
Minneapolis.
Okay. The Knights, 10 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. The Bend Elks, no runs, 1 on balls. And now we'll see if Victor Quinn in his Knights debut can keep it rolling, and his first pitch, Brady Casper. Quinn, a hard thrower, touched 97 this past spring, missed in the count 0-2. For whatever it's worth, Victor Quinn's first warm-up pitch when he came out of the bullpen tonight sailed over everybody. Fastball just outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Victor Quinn making his at Oregon State. The 1-2 pitch, and his teammate Brady Casper strokes it into right, full command in this one, 10-0. We have the pleasure of visiting of well-received baseball books, and this one, the latest, entitled Intentional Balk. Mark Armour, who lives here in Corvallis, is in 3-run homers. Not the Joe Cronin trying to build the Portland Trailblazers. Latest book, co-written with Daniel Levitt, who lives in Minneapolis, is and down to second base goes Brady Casper. The count to Christian Cooney. No ball, or the catcher who threw. Were you watching? Okay, you don't know either. I was looking at your credits and moment whether the catcher threw a back pick that got away or whether it was a Victor Quinn. I thought it was a 10-0 Knights in the 7th. Victor delivers. Fastball hit foul to the right.
I mean, Corvallis is so lucky to have the Knights here, and this is a beautiful night.
15 years.
Absolutely. Huh? Yeah. I raised my kids coming to this park. They're
ball foul back. It remains 1-2. 10 runs, 13 hits for the Knights. No run. And B.G. Gould sent me recently a breakdown of Victor Quinn's numbers this summer in the old-fashioned handwritten style by the de facto mayor of Medford, BG, the great BG Gould. 11 games, 2 starts, 21 walks in 19 innings. He delivers here a line drive to center. Jonah Advincula is right there to make the catch. Brady with getting contact for an out, and he does that. Isaiah Burke, the batter. Mark, the game, of course, takes precedence here, and we may have a pinch hitter as well. I'm not sure. People already look it up on Amazon and tell me you can get it on Amazon for $22 right now. Tremendous plaudits. John put in a book like this. The pitch to Isaiah Burke misses for ball 1. To get that kind of response from your baseball's thin line between innovation and cheating. How
in the last several years knows that there's sign stealing and there's people putting sticky stuff on their fingers and there's people that are taking drugs.
Throws to first on the play. Brady Casper is to second, 2 down, and Alex Soul, the batter. And this book, Century, you open with a meditation on Ray Milland's film. It happens every tradition of cheating in the game and people trying to find ways to.
With baseball players, this is the way competitive sports is. And I think this is not just America. I think it's probably.
You and Daniel wrote the book together. It's getting high marks. What for you was maybe really that well aware of, so to speak?
Well, the stories that I really loved, which we found a lot of, are the people that modified basing a base stealing team or changing the slope of the mound if you want your pitcher to.
From Victor Quinn, good fastball, strike 2. Now the home plate umpire thought it was strike 3, and he was ready to ring up Alex Soul, bottom of the 6th, or top of the 7th inning, pardon me. Victor to the plate, up and in, balls in and out. I mean, all of these things have led to a rule book needing to be to deal with some of these things, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's that's why right. It is. We have a great quote that we found from John McGraw. He felt was to read the rule book and try and find loopholes that he could take advantage of, right. And generally to cheat.
Alex Soul takes the 3-2 pitch for ball 4. Vic leading 10-0. Top of the 7th. Victor picking up for Cadence to the hard-throwing Victor Quinn. Ben trying to break through and get a run. Balk, we're talking about it here tonight. Ground ball to third. Timo Basark Armor as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Elks leave 2-40 Joe Radio.
At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your like pad thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
Solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat rate pricing means no 53 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow.
It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship.
Except it
just
matters.
Like a new opportunity to practice your skills, so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time.
Fan of any particular major league team?
Yes, I'm a fan of the
40 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Knights leading 10-0. Mason Lee leading things off. Mason is 3 for 4. The first pitch from the left-hander Kenji, ball 2 to Mason, joined by Mark Armour here tonight for a little bit longer. His book, Intentional Balk, is available, and the chapter headings that I gave you a few minutes ago tell what each chapter is about. The 2-0 pitch swung on and missed, and the count 2-1. Kenji Price following Cam Stevens, Joe Ball. The chapter titles themselves are fascinating. Deception, Chapter 1. Chapter 2, Binoculars and Telescopes. 3, Espionage. The 3-1 pitch on the way is popped up to left field. Moving over is Alex Soul, and he makes the catch. So this may be by way of trying to get as much of what your book entails. Chapter 1, Deception. Sort of where do you start with?
So Deception, we start there because we want people to understand that if you've played baseball, you have done that first one. You have probably trapped the ball in the outfield and claimed that you caught it. Right. You have missed a base accidentally and just played on. And that is, I think you could call that fooling the umpire.
Right. Historical incidents, 51 in the playoff series, all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but that is sign stealing. We sort of divide that up into two chapters. The first one is mechanical, which is with things like telescopes, and then once video comes, it becomes more sophisticated. It's just different tools, and it was just such a big story we couldn't really fit it all in one chapter.
The 1-1 pitch fouled away by Kiko Romero. 1-2, one listening and went down and bought it. I'm glad.
That's super.
1 ball and 2 strikes, with the Knights leading 10-0. Kiko takes the breaking ball away. Espionage. What do you mean by that?
So, a lot of this area, that was kind of a funny guy to watch with the spitball and everything. Espionage is serious, which is a few years ago, Chris Correa, who was the scouting director of the Cardinals, base of the Houston Astros. So we talk about that story. He went to prison, so this is a
right.
serious crime.
Right.
But it is cheating because he was trying to help his team. And we talk about what other things you can now do in this new sophisticated world. You have to protect your stuff in a way that you used to have to protect your file cabinets.
2 down, Briley Knight, the batter. Briley is 4 for 4, takes a strike, 0-1 the count. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 7th, 10-0 Knights. The left-hander Kenji Price back to Briley, who takes outside, and the count 1-1.
The Houston Astros scandal from a few years ago, that chapter is about electronics, basically, and the use of electronics to steal signs.
And Cooney battles it, fights it, and then ultimately drops it out in right, and it's a 2-base error. Briley Knight 4 for 4 prior to that bat, and I was ready to write F9 and out number 3 in my little score sheet here, and instead it's a 2-base error, the 3rd error of the night on the Bend Elks, and Briley Knight to second. Ryan Stafford, the batter, with the Knights leading 10-0. So you were saying?
So it's essentially using modern technology to steal signs and other things to communicate or try and spy on the other team. Cameras, essentially.
The pitch on the way to Ryan, hit foul to the right and out of play. Penny Nails and Cork, an Albert Bell story in there, Rocky Colavito.
Yes, about essentially bat doctoring, which has been going on in various forms really since at least the 20s. And generally you get away with it unless the bat breaks.
If you 61, hit 361, and then they were discovered that he used a doctored bat, and the following year hit 269, and I don't think ever approached anything like 300 again.
He did not. No, he did not.
They got onto him. The pitch missing to Ryan Stafford, 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. Briley Knight at second, a wild one to the backstop, almost behind Ryan Stafford, and down to third base goes Briley Knight. The count 3-1. I remember going to Yankee Stadium in 1995, a Cleveland Indians, then Indians and Yankees game at the stadium. And this little kid, 7, 8 years old, kid, and that spirit of the fan in New York. Come on, Corky, here comes Corky. And he's like a 7 or 8 year old boy yelling at Corky. Yeah, what are you going to do, Corky? And I thought, okay, this is the way they raise the kids in the Bronx, right?
Baseball fans remember everything.
Over my head and out of play. It remains 3-2. So I bet there's a lot of really penny nails. What do you mean by that?
There were people. It used to be that people believed that you wanted to make your bat heavier, and they would actually pound nails into the bat. The corking is the opposite.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to make it lighter.
Okay. Interesting. So each chapter of these headings went to the backstop, but like a pitchback, it comes right back to Isaiah Burke. So Briley Knight holds at third. Ball 4 to Ryan Stafford. Tanner Smith to the plate.
Yes, exactly. That's groundskeepers. And a lot of times it was the groundskeeper who was in charge of doing that. And there were some pretty famous ones that weren't above cheating for the home team.
The Giants in the 62 playoff. Do you get into that in the book?
Do.
Example of what's in the book. The pitch to Tanner Smith, low and inside. I've read about that 62 playoff. Maury Wills that year for the Dodgers stole 104 bases, breaking Ty Cobb's record for steals. And so the Giants had something they did about it in that 3-game playoff, huh?
Yeah, it was actually a series late in the season.
Gotcha.
When they were trying to catch them, which they them, and they they basically doctored the field. That was a huge weapon for them.
Yeah.
And they watered down the field. They didn't just water down the field. They actually took some of the field away and replaced it with peat moss, and it was like mud.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers did not steal a single base in that series. And I have met a Dodgers fan.
Exactly. Yeah. The pitch missing high to Tanner Smith, the 3-1 pitch outside to load him up. So ball 4 to Tanner. Briley Knight at third, Ryan Stafford to second, Tanner Smith to first, bases loaded 2 down. A fascinating book. Danny Sales out for a visit with his pitcher, Kenji Price. So that's chronicled in your book. That's an example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most of the stories, like that story, which is really funny and is very fascinating, and we have some really great quotes from the sports writers like Jim Murray talking about it, and fun for a story like this when you were a kid. It wasn't the first time. Right. This happened in the 1920s as well. I mean, they knew most smart teams, and that's one of the things we claim is that it's the smart teams that are trying to figure it out more than the run-of-the-mill teams.
Yes.
They're just not that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. And that, the Rob Nyer, another outstanding writer and the commissioner of this league, and a guy that I've talked to a number of times, has a playoff series, and all the mistakes Walt Alston and the Dodgers made in not beating the Giants in that 62 playoff. Timo Becerra, a ground ball to short, fielded by Jay Bentrosky. He goes the short way, loaded in the bottom of the 7th. We'll wrap up the conversation in our next half inning with Mark Armour and his book, available now, entitled Intentional Balk. We'll wrap it up with Mark in a moment.
For over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to Corvallis Floor Covering.
I appreciate that. I love Men at Work too.
And your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. Hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails, and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get mine at Dave'sPerformanceHybrids.com.
I appreciate that. Thanks. So yeah, Rob's a good friend.
Call the glass man. Under number. Call the glass man.
My wife is there. She's like waving at me.
Call 541-760-2277.
I think that she's saying she'll be back, and I'm going to text her.
Yeah. We go to the top of the 8th inning. We're going to hold Mark Armour just a little longer. His wife is saying, hey, look, if people want to buy books and have Mark sign book, and I think we'll see his investment rewarded mightily with a lot of tremendous stories in baseball history, and not just ancient history, not just Maury Wills in 62 or John McGraw, who found ways to circumvent rules. Gene Mock always read the rule book looking for ways to circumvent. The pitch on the way is, Mark, I appreciate you taking a little time away, but you've got some books to sell and go sign, so we'll turn you loose at the end of this half inning, maybe even before. A little bit go on, but put up another 0, and now Will Clark out of Pacific University delivers. It's punched in the air to the left of Spencer Scott. The night short, Chapter 6. Chapter 7, roster shenanigans. What does that entail?
Well, that entails a lot of things, but probably the biggest one. He essentially created the farm system, and when he did so, he did more players than he was allowed to sign, whatnot, and he got in trouble, and they ended up freeing a bunch of the farmhands of the Cardinals, which is the team that he was running at the time. That's one thing. Okay. But up until the modern day, there are teams. Dave's general manager, John Capabella, a few years ago, was actually kicked out of baseball for life for the way he was dealing with international signees in violation of the rules. The stuff that is cheating now has to do with foreign players. The draft is kind of regimented domestic players to some extent. Okay. So it's a little bit harder, but so there's general managers, farm directors, and whatnot have also involved in this problem.
Up along first, fielded by Will, runs into the bag himself for the out, and then Decker Stedman kind of got a hold of the upper part of Will's jersey as the two met together on the bag. The out recorded. Both players are fine. Good play by batter. Chapter 8, I think, of Jim Bouton when I read this. The late, great Jim Bouton, Greenies.
Yeah, well, that's just amphetamine, speed, different things that people took over the years that was generally illegal, mostly in the 60s and 70s and maybe 80s, which probably most people that grew up then maybe took something like that to stay awake before college exams. But that was...
And so, Bouton, you've read Ball 4, I'm sure.
Yes.
And, Jim, it's humorous. It's taken lightly, his use of, just referring to Greenies. Hey, I need this. Wasn't a fan of all that kind of talk. The 2-0 pitch to Trotsky hit high in the air to left field, and it's grabbed by Briley Knight. To final 2 chapters, Juice, Grease, and Glue.
That's
Mark,
the pitcher.
Okay, and that's Gaylord Perry and Don Sutton and Joe Negro.
Garrett Cole last year.
Okay.
Up to that. Right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Spider Tack.
Exactly.
So you deal with grease and spit. Okay.
Right.
Mark, it is a real pleasure to have you come by. I hope you sell some more books down the line and through Amazon and bookstores locally. Thanks for taking time. Thank you for a copy of your book. Good luck with it. And I hope we can talk about this on our Joe Beaver show in the fall. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Mark Armour, local author, my guest. He is going to head back down the line and sell some more books. And hope that you an intentional balk, baseball's thin line between innovation and cheating. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Knights 10 and the Elks nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
First Friday at the Natty Dresser this Friday, August 5th from 5 to 7 p.m. Local sculptor Raymond Hunter will be here with a few of his amazing sculptures. Be sure to ask him about how to commission a piece for your home or business. Live music by James F. Wright, refreshments, in-store specials, and more. Art and Artist in Broad Alban Street in historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
There I was in the living room taking a nap when I heard a terrible sound. When are you going to start working on our deck and getting the house ready to paint? I'll do it, but not today. Well, if you won't do it, I'll do it myself. I know the guys at Philomath Rental can show me what I need to do, and since they're
next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Yeah, when you think of Albans, you think plumbing. And at Albans Plumbing, we also work with natural gas and propane lines. So if you need a gas line for home heating, cooking, or for a gas water heater, give us a call.
At Albans Plumbing, 82 Albans Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Spencer Scott hits a fly ball to right. Some of the 8th inning, the Knights leading 10-0. Jonah Advincula, the batter. Left-hander Kenji Price kicks and comes to Jonah. He pulls one foul down the right field line. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonah has singled to left and scored, walked and scored, popped out to third and walked again. The Knights with a run in the first, a run in the second, a run in the third, 3 in the fourth, 4 in the sixth. Now batting in the bottom of the 8th, up 10-0. The Elks have managed just 2 hits tonight. Breaking ball for a strike and the count 1-2. My thanks to Mark Armour for dropping by. Mark walked away, went up to the window, visited with Brooks Hatch for a moment to my left, walked back with a piece of news that shakes me up. The 1-2 pitch to Advincula is swung on and missed, strike 3, 2 down. Brooks shared with Mark, who came over to share with me, and I'll always remember. I'll remember Scully has passed away today. Logan Johnstone, the batter, and Logan takes a strike, and the count 0-1. You know, there will be thousands and thousands. The strike 1 pitch from Kenji Price to the backstop. 1-1 the count. I know that this is August the 2nd, 2022. I sit here in Corvallis, Oregon, adjacent to the McGrath family press box on this beautiful campus on a beautiful summer night. Call is swung on and missed, and the count 1-2. And the life that I've been given and had. I can't imagine it without him, and what I've done professionally, what I've sought to do my entire life in this business is because of that man. The pitch on the way to Logan hits Logan in the upper back on a breaking ball, and Johnstone trots down to first. Logan has had a big night. He's 4 for 5. And Mason Lee, the batter, with 2 down, a man aboard in the bottom of the 8th, and the Knights leading 10-0. So that is just emotionally exhausting, stunning news to hear tonight. I'm grateful that I'm getting to call a baseball game upon hearing that news. The pitch to Mason Lee is inside for ball 1, 1-0. I was 7 years old in May of 1966 when I first heard his voice. The 1-0 pitch to Mason is high for ball 2, 2-0 in my neighbor's garage in Hacienda Heights, California. I didn't know baseball. My dad was not a fan. I didn't know anything about sports. The 2-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 2-1. But I heard a voice through a box in a garage on the radio. And I asked, what are you listening to, Mr. Holland? He said, the Dodgers. And I said, well, okay, well, who are the Dodgers? What are the Dodgers? Mr. Holland was, you don't know who the Dodgers are. But then I realized I was asking more than just what he was listening to. I finally got to the bigger question, who is that talking, I said. And Mr. Holland said, well, that's Vin Scully. The 3-1 pitch to Mason Lee is in there for a strike, and the count 3-2. And I listened longer, then went home and said, Dad, do we have a radio? This was a Saturday afternoon. Dad turned on our big console stereo radio in the living room, and I was hooked for the rest of my life on the game, but primarily through him came to a love of baseball, a love of sport. Football, basketball came in not long thereafter, and walking into Mr. Holland's garage, none of it happens. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled back. So I'm deeply grateful for the path that I've had in life. And I honestly, truly, I don't think it's hyperbole at all. I believe it's because of what I heard from that man when I was 7 in 1966. Johnstone goes. The 3-2 pitch is high for ball 4. To Mason Lee, and that'll bring Kiko Romero to the plate. Kiko has struck out, flied to right, had a sacrifice fly, walked and struck out again. 2 on and 2 out. The pitch to Kiko misses high, ball 1, 1-0. Him would be an ultimate understatement. The 1-0 pitch on the way off the mid of the catcher, Isaiah Burke, and the runners will advance 90 feet. Johnstone to third and Mason Lee into second. 2 balls and no strikes to Kiko Romero. I had the chance to meet him once, ever so briefly, and he was gracious. I asked him for his autograph. I was at Candlestick Park making a little trip down there from briefly and asked where I was from, and thank you for asking, son, he said, and he signed his name, and off he went back up to the booth at Candlestick, and I followed him all the way up. As big of an influence, perhaps, as anyone in my life when I think about sitting here tonight in August of 2022. Romero swings and hits one foul to the left and out of play. 2 balls that I said to my mom and dad, I want to do that someday. I want to... That's what I want to be in life. And I'm so grateful that Oregon State has given me the opportunity they have here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out. The pitch to Kiko misses high, ball 3, 3-2. But it's just George Will wrote an essay on how many fans do you think Harry Carey and Vin Scully created? George answered his own question by writing, a lot. The 3-2 pitch to Kiko is outside for ball 4, and that loads the bases up for Briley Knight, with the Knights leading 10-0. Mel Allen Ernie Harwell, Dave Niehaus. None greater, though, in my view, in the history of the craft of broadcasting, sportscasting, is Scully. And we have lost him tonight. The pitch to Briley misses high and away, ball one. The tributes that will be forthcoming, they'll be profound and beautiful here in the days ahead. I'm just now learning the news. I'll go home tonight and watch SportsCenter and all of the tributes, and they will be ongoing for days ahead. The 1-0 pitch to Briley, a strike, and the count 1-1. The Knights, with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading 10-0. Logan Johnstone at third, Mason Lee left into right field for a base hit. Logan Johnstone comes in to score, and Briley Knight, with a 5-hit night, puts the Knights up 11-0 with Logan Johnstone coming down the line to score. Ryan Stafford will come to the plate with the sacks full. He hit the ball so hard that only one run could score on the 2-out hit. Ryan Stafford has an RBI fielder's choice to walk. The pitch to Stafford hit foul to the right. This will carry out of play and into Urchin Alley. No balls and 1 strike. 11-0. The Knights in front. Stafford hits it in a similar spot into the alley again, and the count 0-2. When I think about those youthful days, I don't think I missed a game from that point until we moved to Oregon in the spring of 73. So from 66 through 73, every Dodger game that was on, I was listening to it. Stafford hits picks up another run batted in on an infield single. Mason Lee down the line to score. The bases remain loaded. The Knights lead at 12-0. Kiko Romero into third. Briley 15 hits. And the batter is Tanner Smith. Out of the stretch works Kenji Price, and Smith whacks it foul down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike, the count to Tanner. So trying to get on top of my rooftop in Cottage Grove with an old radio to try to bring in the Dodger games, and here's Scully. Some of the greatest joys of my life listening to that man. A fly ball into left center field. Moving over is Brady Casper to make the catch to retire the side. The Knights get 2 more here in the bottom of the 8th. They're 3 outs away from their 15th straight win. We go to the top of the 9th. The Knights 12 and Bend nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Are you a veteran living in Lynn County? You qualify for benefits that you earned. Home loans, disability compensation, health care, transportation, and more. You've earned them. Use them. Call 5482. Lynn County Veterans Services can help them take advantage of benefits they earned. Lynn County Veterans Services, serving our local veterans.
We set them up, you knock them down. Highland Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, that's the good time.
Okay, thank you.
Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
1240 Joe Radio.
Top of the 9th inning, the Knights leading the Bend Elks 12-0. In our Central Oregon counties, you're entitled to membership privileges and the full financial services of Oregon State Credit Union. You can join online at OregonStateCU.com or at one of their 12 branches. Oregon State Credit Union, the proud title sponsor of the Knights' big fireworks show back on July 3rd. Leading things off, Evan Scavato. Evan taking the first pitch low from Will Clark. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Top of the ninth, 12-0 Knights. Will Clark looking for the to Scavato. The Knights 12 runs, 15 hits, and 1 error. Bend, no runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors. The pitch on the way to Scavato, fouled into the screen to the right. 2-2 the count. Knights baseball also presented by First Alternative Co-op, your community-owned grocery store providing fresh, local, and organic groceries since 1970. The Co-op makes it easy for you and your family to buy local and eat healthy. 2-2 pitch, a grounder to short. Spencer Scott looks it in and throws over to Kiko Romero. 1 away, and Brady Casper to the plate. Be sure to stop by the First Alternative Deli and enjoy their delicious salads, house-made pastries, sandwiches, fresh brewed coffee, and much, much more. Everyone is welcome at the First Alternative Co-op. 1 out in the top of the ninth. Tomorrow night, our thanks to our game sponsor tonight and the excellent work of the folks at Two Town Cider. Fly ball into shallow left, going out as the shortstop, Spencer Scott. Brady Casper retired. Brady with one of the 2 hits on the Knights for the Bend Elks. 2 down, Christian Cooney, the batter. Draft cider, rooted in the Pacific Northwest Bountiful Fruit. They've been a proud partner of the Knights since 2014. We thank them for their sponsorship tonight. Knocking Point Wine night tomorrow night. Christian Cooney takes a strike from Will Clark. The 0-1 pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the ninth, 12-0 Knights. Will Clark and the Knights an out away. Now a strike away. The 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. I listened to Vinny call every shutout of Don Drysdale's scoreless streak in 1968 as a 9-year-old boy. Fly ball to center and playable. Jonah Advincula is right there to make the catch, and the Knights roll on. And boy, did they ever tonight. They were up early and kept adding on, pitched brilliantly. Caden Siegel, Victor Quinn, and Will Clark combined on a 2-hit shutout. 12 runs, 15 hits, and an error for the Knights. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors for the Bend Elks. Before 1,730 on a beautiful Tuesday evening, the Corvallis Knights win big, getting a 5-hit night from Briley Knight. They get 3 hits, from Logan Johnstone, and 4 runs scored. Mason Lee scores twice. Briley Knight with 5 hits and 2 runs batted in. Brian Stafford collects 3 RBIs. And the Knights win in dominant fashion. And they've won 15 in a row, and will try to make it 16 tomorrow night. Mark, and I'll always remember that it was Mark that delivered the news to me that I'm still trying to assimilate here tonight. We'll go home and watch the tributes pouring in for the greatest to ever do whatever any of the rest in the history of sportscasting and baseball have attempted to do. He was the platonic archetype for it all, as far as I'm concerned, and it is an incredible loss to think about a man who was the voice of the Dodgers for 67 years and influenced so many and warmed and entertained so many for generations. To think of no longer having Vinny with us. I didn't know if he was in ill health. I know he retired just a few years ago, and a young star, and Joe Davis is doing a great job, took over for him. Joe, in fact, visited with Jonathan Smith and Sean Shepler at Coors Field the other night when Jonathan and Sean were able to take their boys to see a Dodger game in Colorado following Pac-12 Media Day. And I know that in the days ahead there will be columns, essays, obituaries, commentary from Herald and others on the MLB Network and all across the Major League world in reaction to the loss of a true giant and legend. Tough week. Bill Russell earlier this week. Bill passing away on Sunday. A larger-than-life and incredible person in history of sport and in American life, and in another way, in a different way, but in his. Thank you for taking time to tune our way this evening. Hope that you will do so again tomorrow. The Knights and Bend in Game 2 tomorrow night, right back here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. For Garrett Dworshak in our studio, this is Mike Parker thanking you for joining us. Our final score, the Knights 12, Joe Radio.